As she boarded up a flying to India behind in 2012, Debbie Williamson knew she could not go household before she had found a provider for her new on the internet furnishings industry. I suspended out in each coffee house, and tell to regional business community, I requested to discover out that provider made a France chair how I'd had my eye on at household, she recalls. It was retail at almost £1,300 and I knew how down there must include been a enormous markup. I requested to encounter the provider and view, if we remote overheads love shops, warehouses and middlemen of the equalization, if we could do means love these more than affordable for our capacity customers. On her travel to India she ended up vision 20 suppliers in Raj's then up conclusion the order provider to do her chairs, and faint was unborn. Ms. Williamson was encouraged by a loving of the furnishings showcased in the interiors periodicals she was obsessive in, but disliked their cost old hag. The ex-chief of digital food at the Telegraph device print team solved to exceed forces in Brian Harrison, who had been digital CEO of the paper editor. Both of were acute to begin their own enterprise, and taking into account Ms. Williamson's desire for interiors, they identified a gap in the marketplace for an affordable on the internet-only furnishings retail dealer. Following putting £10,000 every, the couple orderly quite of the grey France chair, that they named the Lille, to fill in a navigation canister. We put an advertisement in the Telegraph device, hoping we'd get a few orders, but they came via heavy and quick. By the end of the following day we'd sold out the entire canister. It was how we knew we were onto thing, Ms. Williamson says. Faint now sells 1,200 items range of settees to bar stools, sourced of as lot as 20 suppliers. In spite possessing 100 personnel through their London, Hindu and Vietnam offices and an yearly circulation of £20 meter, both of she and Mr. Harrison distress it was not an lightweight way to successful. We done so lot incorrect decisions and came up versus lot of problems on the way, though fair the fundamentals, such as discovery trader banking accounts and conclusion human beings to trial yours transactions on the internet, that was apparently a big portion for us, he says. In a new mark how not one knows he's lot stronger to get human beings to get you severely, but you fair include to be very convincing. The purpose of offer quality assurance means at affordable prices intended creature and on the internet industry of the begin. They as well had a style attention in reason, Ms. Williamson explains, we requested to attention on declaration trimming how very converted and lofty the chamber, quite rather than include special collections. We as well requested to be brave in pattern and style. Following their at first turnover, Faint begun to add more than suppliers of about the planet, in 2 or 3 more than in the following 18 months, and later addition else 4 persons, or 5 a year, following how. He's essential how we got how portion order, so I necessary to encounter them and do and construct how relation, says Ms. Williamson. Above the year we've been to encounter 500 suppliers, but just use 20. They initially went in her judgment while decisive which items to sale. I was so obsessive in the interiors planet so I had an wide expertise of which the trends were, Ms. Williamson says. We'd later job in these trends and offer it our sense, complete and add detailed information to a chunk to do its day of. Present the conception is more than managed by information. Faint's industry pattern involves launch a new style each day to evaluate the increasing marketplace. Down there's no spot fill hour on the internet keep in means how human beings don't wish. So we make bounded quantities of new means to testing the consumer demand for them, Mr. Harrison says. We lent really rapidly, and dearly, how purchase a navigation canister complete of a food how not one once is a bad concept. The way we can investigate various designs really rapidly and adjust to consumer change flavor. Faint's possession in which customers wish has been instrument to its successful, on to Yvonne Mazur, head execution of Ometria, a marketplace study company. It religiously uses information and feedback loop to form its always developing food link, a pattern Zara has developed effectively in latter year, supporting novelty in routine rollouts of new means, he says. Financing of £20 meter of Octopi Ventures, an invest company, has permitted Feint to increase, utilizing more than human beings and expansion their food channel. It has a share in the business, but the company founders hold a considerable stake. Lot personnel who united in the previous days now include more than elder roles, though the financial head is of a sauce and the sale lug utilized to job at the WPP-owned advertisement agent Gray. A furnishings retailer backdrop isn't especially thing they see for each. He's more than of a training expertise for us to give in human beings who don't definitely include a homeware and furnishings retailer backdrop, as they include various ways of thought, says M.S. Williamson. Several of our style crew go of shop studios who include intended hotels and restaurants, how gives us a various prospect on who's making which and wherever the following trends rest. Time it is and on the internet industry. Feint has partnered in Debenhams in London's Westfield trading centres to demonstrate several of its ranges. It is as well planner several pre-up store in different UK cities in a bid to win new customers. Time World extension is on the cards too much.